Again, beakers. Um, you have a caliber, or you have a what do you call this, scale, but it's not that accurate. It's just only for the purpose of at least you have the idea how much volume it contains. So this one is a 500, so it can usually contain at most 500 ml, milliliters of solution, or half of your liter. Okay, 1000 milliliter is 1 liter. So next on the list is you have your Beaker Tong. Tong, T-O-N-G. Tong, 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 tong. Anyway, if you Beaker Tong, as the name implies, it is a tong for the beaker, meaning it's a holder of the beaker. As you can see, it fits perfectly. So you have to hold it like that. If in case your beaker is hot, or you have an exothermic solution, meaning you have a solution that when you mix it, it becomes hot. We call it exothermic solution or exothermic reaction. Whenever there's a reaction which is exothermic, um, just like the burning itself, that's an exothermic reaction when it produces heat. So usually the tong can help you uh, hold your beaker, especially when it comes from your alcohol lamp, or it comes from your Bunsen burner. You should hold it with a beaker tong. Of course, you have to support it with maybe with your hands with a gloves, which is a thermo kind of gloves, not just an ordinary gloves, but a gloves which is good for heat. So it must be accompanied, because you might drop it still even you have the tong. Why? Because sometimes students are scared whenever they have a reaction going on. So that's the uses of your support. Of course, you have your right finger. Okay, so this is your beaker tong, which is used to hold your beakers. So next on the list is you have your the view is somewhat the light must not be um, opposite. Okay, so next is you have uh, your Bunsen burners. So this Bunsen burner is actually already attached to a gas line. So I installed this gas line for the purpose of laboratory, of course. The only problem now, because I think my solane, as you can see, that solane over there is already empty, because it already runs for 4 years now. Before I went to MSU IIT, Mindanao State University, for my for my masteral. So parang ubos na siya. So again, you only have to open this line. As you can see, this line, you only have to open it, and then gases will be flowing from this Bunsen burner, and then you have to use a lighter or probably a match. And then as you can see, you have two for Bunsen burners. You have usually two adjustment. You can adjust this one. I think this one is for your air. For the air that comes in, of course, your oxygen is part of your burning process. So therefore, you can control it using this, turning this Bunsen burner, that stuff, turning it clockwise or clockwise, and screwing it, of course. That is as you can see, there's a hole at the bottom. So that's where the air comes in. So, and then you have an efficient burning here. So you can also look videos in the internet on the proper burning. So that must be a blue flame for a Bunsen burner, given that it has a sufficient amount of your fuel, that's just solane. And this one, you have another control for your Bunsen burner. You have a control over at the bottom, which is usually a control of your of the steel, control of your gases that is flowing. So you have lots of control for your flowing gas. I have a control for that solane over there. I have a control over here, just like a faucet. And I also have a control for the Bunsen burner. Of course, that is for an easy control for the whole setup, since we know that fire in laboratory should be cautioned. Okay, so that's next on the list. Next on the list is you have your burette clamp. As you can see, you have your different kinds of burettes here. These are different kinds of burettes, but anyway, for general purpose, let's just say this is a burette. This is a burette. And the one that is holding it is, we call it the burette clamp, wherein it holds the burettes. Okay? This one is a two-armed burette clamp. Then you can press this one, of course, to release the burette. And then as you can see, because it has a spring on the back of its side, which usually can release and hold the burette. Of course, with this, as you can see, this rubber part here, when it holds the glass burettes. Okay, as you can see, I have another kind of burette here, but anyway, the item is a burette clamp. So this is a burette clamp. Okay,